Well, hello my fellow friends, YouTubers, BREEessrig viewers, and of course you all know the drill. Shh, no family. Yes, I just finished watching Bree's latest video. Let me click the talk about your problem video, that was it. And there was a bit about therapy in there. And I just want to talk to you about my experience with that. I want to tell you a little bit about myself. So I'll try to keep it light. But yeah, you'll hear. So first of all, I have been diagnosed with a form of autism called Asperger's syndrome. Therefore, I have trouble with social interaction, change. I need a lot of structure and emotions. And that's one of the reasons why I can talk so easily about my problems, because in a way I shut down my emotions and look at it from sort of a third-person objective state. And this is actually not good, but that's a whole different story. But I just want to tell you a little bit about how I came in contact with therapy and how it has helped me. So when I was about maybe 6, 7, people started bullying me in elementary school, and I just reacted way too violently for my age. I did a lot of things that got me suspended from elementary school, and that's kind of unique here in the Netherlands. And my parents decided to get me tested because they thought I had maybe ADHD. They hadn't heard about autism, so they got me tested. And I went through testing, and when I was a couple of years down the line, they found out I had autism, and to be precise, Asperger's syndrome. The moment I knew that, I was still being bullied, and I just wasn't doing well. I was highly aggressive, very violent. I would flip out over nothing. And as of today, I still feel the effects of the bullying, but I'll get to that in a minute. And when I was 9, when I was in the last grade of elementary school, I actually went on medication. I went on antipsychotics. The medication I went on were risperidone, which is pretty much in high doses used for to treat psychosis, which is to hear and see things that aren't there, sort of like an altered state of reality that you have. But in small dosage, it's used to reduce sensory input. Like, I had trouble with smell. I would smell everything. If someone hadn't showered for a day, I would smell that. I couldn't walk past a fish store without throwing up if there was a bad fish in there. Sound. I was very fearful with the loud sound. I would like totally crouch, and I would be very scared. And my medication helped me to overcome that for a good part. I still don't like my medication. I still have risperidone, and the reason I don't like it is because it was given to me without any form of treatment. My therapy didn't start till I was about 11 or 12. That's when I got a therapy that was pretty much aimed at me learning how to deal with my autism. But I was already on a medication. When I finished that, I had a whole range of therapies. I had sport therapies where I would play a sport with a counselor and just talk about my problems while I was pretty much working out. And I had talks with psychologists, psychiatrists, counselors. But it didn't help for, well, at least because I wasn't in the right mental state. Because I was denying my problems. I was not denying that I had autism, but I was denying the effect autism had on me. And when I was 17, my dad passed away due to not. He passed away due to liver failure, and that pretty much drove me over the edge. I tried to take my own life. That was my second attempt, and I got involuntarily admitted in a psych ward. I quickly changed that to a voluntary stay because I didn't want to have that on my permanent record, and I ended up staying in the psych ward for a year. And I started working on my problems, which is quite difficult because you have to acknowledge things of yourself that you don't want to acknowledge. When I got out of the psych ward, I went to what is called a protective living environment, so they could monitor my progress. But something inside me snapped when I was in the psych ward, and snapped in a good way, that is. Because from that moment on, I realized fully what it meant to have autism. I've always been the kind of guy, yeah, I have autism, you tell me I can't do that, well, dude, screw you, I'm gonna do it anyways. Having to deal with my problems has taught me that, yes, there are limitations to what I can do. There are limitations to my capabilities. But that does not mean I have to rely on other people to tell me those limitations. I'm the kind of guy that forces myself in situations where I know I'll be uncomfortable, which are way out of my comfort zone, just to see if I can handle them. And lately, I've been having talks with a psychologist again. I still have my medication, so I still have a psychiatrist that I go to every 3 months. And right now, thanks to the accumulation of all my therapies, I can say I'm doing fairly well, and I'm a huge advocate of therapy, a huge advocate of talking to someone. But I will say this: don't be discouraged when you go into therapy or counseling and you have no connection with that person. Always look for the person you have a connection with, even if it might take you like 10 counselors. Find the one you have a connection with. That's pretty much my only advice I can give. I mean, I can't even count the amount of counselors I've had just because I had no click with them. So I'm a huge advocate of therapy, and I wanted to show you a real life example of what therapy can do. I'm sorry for being so tired. It is almost 2 a.m. here. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that with counseling, you can work on yourself if you are willing to accept the limitations that you have as a person. And I'm not saying that you have to have something like autism or ADHD or whatever, but every person has its limitations. And the moment you are aware of them, the moment you are acknowledging them, you will find a way around them. And therapy for me helped me acknowledge my disabilities, my flaws, and they have given me tools to work around that. So to all the people watching this video, I really would like to thank you for watching this. And this is me, the Hellemander, aka Wes, Westerton, Wesmeister, Wesmando, or DJ Hell, saying I love you all, guys. And if there's if there ever is anything that you need help with, you can always contact me. I have been through hell and back, as I describe it myself, and I'm always here for people who need advice. Just a quick warning, I don't mind giving advice, but that also means I have to be completely honest, which in turn means sometimes I have to say things you might not want to hear. But that's just me being completely honest. So guys, thank you for watching, and I'm gonna see you all later, hopefully. Alright, bye!